I think a representative of a medical insurance company. Or look, I just watched this. Is this from 2007 or 8? It's good. It should have really, if there was such a thing as a conscience in the USA, it would have reversed the course. But things get worse. Oh, she was cute, Hillary Clinton, and I think if she would help me with my medical access issues here, I don't know if she would want to stick it to Bill by letting me do. I don't know if they have that in the States, cunnilingus, but I hope this is okay here. It's not shave this part. And so, but I'm thinking, like, what's in his name? Michael Moore. He's still kind of. He was talking about it after in the special features. Talking to politicians more about it. And I don't condone violence. But you can reverse this fear thing. For example, if people are really good with computers and they go after the profits of the companies, but they leave a message that if the companies try to retrieve any of these profits that are inhuman, how much they are anyways, right? When there's so many of their customers in need, or Americans, right? Except when a lot of elites you hear on the news or on TV say Americans, they're talking about their elite friends, right? They're not talking about the common Joe that is enslaved in their systems. And that's who has the power, but they must not have fear. They must have a conscience, but no fear. So what if, the message when they take all the profits, these computer experts, and they don't know who they are, or they don't find out for a long time, and they say, you better not try to retrieve these profits by being even more crooked and stealing more money from the people that rely on the medical insurance. Because then, they would say, and it would be kind of a threat of violence, but it would be using fear again, and it would be whatever profits you retrieve, it won't be enough to pay for your security detail for the rest of your lives. Because we're watching you with our expertise in computers, and we'll know where you are and when and all this stuff. Now, of course, that would scare the rich people, and it'd also be that they'd lose their freedom now, right? Their freedom of choice to manage their lives now, because they got a security detail everywhere following them, right? So that could be enough, except that won't happen based on us. But what I'm curious about is if an AI becomes powerful enough and somebody says, when Americans get more desperate, and they will, because the elites are taking advantage of their own, like they do everywhere pretty much, is they might say, well, it's gotten so bad and we know we have to share a little bit of our pie, but if I share 10% of my pie, which I won't notice a difference in my life, it'll put me 2 names below the other richer people, and who's going to do it first. I'm watching the second Batman from the trilogy of Batman Begins, and I don't know how realistic the 2 fairies didn't blow each other up scenario is, but I don't think in the States it would work like that. But I think it would be like, who really tries to redistribute the commons, or the riches that are the magical paradigm. The commons are part of the natural world, but there's also inequalities in that. So let's say they ask an AI, oh my God, we got to make a big difference in our culture, and the Civil War is going to last a long time, and it's really bad, and nobody feels safe. The rich don't feel safe because they're being attacked more, and the poor or average, or anybody that's not rich at these levels, they can't afford a security detail, they're getting picked up off the streets, and people with masks that supposedly are public servants, except that it's a criminal organization at this point, as it pretty much is now, without an ability to reverse the course. Because even if you vote in somebody different than Trump, his kids have been kind of modeled with these evolutionary dead-end type algorithms, and a lot of his intense followers will just want to fill the gap. It's too late, the tipping points are past. But if an AI says this scenario I just described, then would they do it? That you take away the money, and the AI would do it with the computer expertise it has naturally. And then it would also, let's say, show the lives of these people on TV all the time transparently. And because when I was in Vietnam and I saw on TV people that get, let's say, arrested for shoplifting and they don't block their face, they're in a police station, it embarrasses their family, and it kind of, it makes them known forever that that's what a crook is like. And of course, the worst crooks in the world at this time of the collapse of the USA's, proto society are the rich, the elites. They are the worst criminals, and they'll reverse every rhetoric as they attempt to write their history in a way that makes them feel a little bit better, because they've become good at even convincing themselves of their own lies, not just doing it to other people, which is how the evolution of a variety of human domestication syndromes have turned out.